Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Painless Universal, a conversation with myself and Welsh. Today I'll be talking to Zandra. Zandra is a sickle cell warrior, someone who's suffered from sickle cell all her life. And what inspires me about her is that she's used her, voice of someone who suffers from sickle cell to help others, for them to better understand the condition. With her sickle cell, her sickle cell came with other complications such as Legosa. This was not going away, so she had to find ways to make this work. And once she decided what worked, she decided to use her voice to help others who were going through similar challenges like she was. I had to reach out to Zandra because she tells a story about her own suffering. But in all of this, let me tell you a little bit about who she is. She's a beauty and fashion enthusiast who is gradually making waves into the beauty industry. She's from Nigeria, lives in Lagos. She's ventured into different kinds of beauty treatments, such as makeup, manicure, hair wrapping, formation, and skincare. She's a volunteer, a sickle cell advocate who teaches warriors about healthy eating as part of managing sickle cell. When you have all these difficult challenges which you face, you always have to learn the different techniques that works for you, because everybody else is different. Her tagline, chase your dream by turning your hobby into hustle. I am excited to talk to her. Meet Zandra. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Painless Universal, conversation with myself and Welsh. I am with Zandra. Zandra is a sickle cell warrior based out in Nigeria. Whereabouts in Nigeria are you, Zandra?
Lagos, Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria. Wonderful. I love Lagos. I think it's one of the most, and it's a very busy city. I always tell people,
You are very, very
if
busy.
you really want to know about a busy city, go to Lagos. Or I think one of the Indian cities also catching up. But I mean, it's definitely more. But Lagos is something. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm fine. Very good.
Yes, I'm so delighted to be speaking to you. Before we get started, I wanted you to tell me a little bit about who are you?
Well, Zandra is a very simple person. A very simple person that likes helping people, that like helping the needy, especially when there is a need for volunteers. I like offering myself.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm a social warrior. It's a 7 years old social warrior who lives in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, a makeup artist. And makeup artist and also a self-acclaimed chef because I like cooking very, very well. So I cook, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cook because of sickle cell. When sickle cell throw you with a lot of challenges, you have to make the good out of it. So because of that, I have to try to learn what would actually work for my health. So that was how I developed the cooking skills
Mm.
from knowing, yeah, trying to know what will actually work. That was how I developed it.
Wow, Sandra, that's
That's
amazing.
a little about me, yeah.
Yes, no, that's really amazing. Can you just tell me, when was the first time you really understood you had sickle cell, or is yours HBSS, and has it always affected you, and in what way?
Yeah, I have sickle cell. My parents made a diagnosed me at the age 2
Okay.
when I was 2 years old. So I never knew, even then they didn't know much about sickle cell anemia. So while I was growing up, all I know is that anytime I fall sick, they take me to the hospital. I come back, I'll be fine, I'll be better. They give me the routine drugs, which was not actually regular. Yeah. Sometimes I remember while growing up, sometimes I'll be on routine drugs, sometimes I will not be on routine drugs. But I just live my normal life as a grown child. But what I know is that anytime I fall ill, I go to the hospital, I'll come back. I continued this way until I think until when I entered college. Yeah. I think that's when I started dawning on me that, oh, actually, you have sickle cell. This is what it's all about. You have to. I started trying to read some certain things, make research to know what will actually work for me. Because I had Legos, I have sickle cell complication called leg ulcer.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I had leg ulcer at a younger age, at the age 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you know you had Legosa? How did it start developing for your parents to know?
Okay. It started like a boy. It started like a boy, then it opened, it ruptured, it started expanding,
Mm,
started bringing out lumps and all that. And they didn't know it was Legosa until they took me to hospital. While the doctors were, it was the doctor that diagnosed that is actually leg ulcer. That is what we call complication of sickle cell anemia. So normally they thought it was a normal wound that you would just treat and it would just go like that. But the reverse was the case. Though initially it can heal, it heals maybe within 3 months, but until when another one pops up from another part of the ankle.
mm.
I keep on having reoccurrence of leg ulcer for like 22 years plus.
Oh my goodness. And with
Yeah.
sickle cell, has anyone ever told you what's the linkage with Legosa and your sickle cell? Has anyone told you what that is?
Yeah, it's the doctors that told me. They keep on telling you is one of the complication of sickle cell anemia. There's nothing you have to do, just continue management.
Mm,
Keep on dressing the neck. I keep on hearing that continue management, continue management, continue management. There's nothing I can do. I managed it all through my school years. I managed it. I was like, as in, trying to look for what can actually heal this wound and it doesn't come out again.
mm,
Because I found out it heals, it comes out, it heals, it comes out. But the one I had when I was entering college, I had that one for like 9 years. That's the highest. Others can come stay for like a year or probably 8 months and heal. But this particular one decided not to go.
mm.
It stayed for a very long time. So I took it upon myself like, I'm tired of hearing continue management. There's nothing you can do about it. It's part of complication of sickle cell anemia. I told myself, I can't continue this way. I have to find a way out.
Yes.
So that was when I started making research on what will actually work for me.
Mm,
Because I found out that all of us have sickle cell, but we suffer it in a different ways.
yes.
And something that might work for me might not work for another person. So I decided to started to learn what will work for me. And I started making, I started, first of all, I started taking note of my body. I took charge of my body as at some point that I'm very, very sensitive to my body. If a particular thing is not working for me, if I use a particular drug on my wound for 2 days or 3 days, if it's working, I will know. If it's not working, I will know.
Wow.
It got to that level. Yes, it got to that level. So I started treating it myself, started doing a lot of things because I went through a lot. I even did skin grafting after 2 months post surgery. It opened up. It opened up. So I have to find out what will actually heal this when it doesn't open up. But while I was going through seeing different doctors, different hematologists, surgeons, and the rest of them, once I'm discussing with them, I come noting some things down. Okay, this is how it works, this is how it is. I started doing some research on myself too. I started from being sensitive to my skin and my body. Then I optimized my water intake. I told myself, Zandy, I have to be on water marathon therapy. I have to give that for myself. I told myself I have to do water marathon therapy because I found out that it will always, if I hydrate very well, it will help for the wound and everything. So
Mm.
I started doing all those things because at some point in my life, I realized I was no longer having crisis.
From drinking water.
Yes. So I stopped having crises, but it was now the leg ulcer that is the only issue that I have to deal with.
Mm.
So at some point, I'm okay, since it's not the leg ulcer, I have to find out what to work for it. Another thing I started doing was healthy dieting. I
Oh.
started healthy dieting, try to cut down some things, some junk that I cannot take, because I realized that when I started the healthy dieting, a lot of fruits, vegetables, and all that, it was helping, I was improving. So I started doing, and anytime I use some certain things, like there's a surgeon that told me, Zandi, you must always compress your leg. You compress and elevate. It was that surgeon that explained everything to me. He told me the reason why this leg opened. He explained to me the reason why it will heal and it will still open. Because the healing process is very slow.
Yeah.
But when he wants to open, it can open not like
Instantly. Yes. Yeah. Oh wow.
the surgeon explained everything to me. I was like, okay, now I understand better. Not continue management I keep on hearing every time. So I have to start doing some certain things. I always elevate my leg. I started compressing. I have different type of compressors of name it. So I started doing all those things. When I started doing them, I found out that it was improving. And each medication I'm using on the dressing, I started doing, because then I was doing alternate. Sometimes they tell me do daily dressing. So at some point, I realized that actually at some stage, daily dressing works. At some stage, alternate dressing works.
Yes.
So I started noticing all those things. So I started managing it until that particular one that stayed for 9 years plus now healed.
Wow.
And I was so glad that it healed because, yes, God being on my side, and another thing, giving me wisdom to be able to know actually this is working and this is not working. It didn't heal maybe under the care of a particular health practitioner. I was the one doing my dressing alone. I do
Mm.
my dressing, do everything, and it was working for me. I keep on managing it until it heals. And then after a while, one opened up, though it wasn't that one that has stayed for 9 years. Another one opened up. When I realized that this one has opened up, I started doing management again. I told myself, Zandi, you relaxed. You forgot that you have. Even when this thing heals, you'll be like, oh, I
Yes.
feel as in I want to be top of the world. I want to rock my shoes and all that. So at some point, I realized that something didn't, as in I forgot myself as in the leg that opened. When it opened, Zandy, you have to calm down. You have to continue the management again. So when that one now healed, I have to face the health squarely. So anytime I feel any pain, any slight pain, I start to compress. Anytime I feel slight pain, I start to compress. And once I compress, as in compress for like 2 weeks, it disappears. The wound won't come out. I compress and elevate the leg, then optimize my water intake and all that. I found out that the wound won't come out. I continue doing this. In fact, currently now, I open a WhatsApp group while I talk to people with leg ulcer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I keep on encouraging them, look at what to do this, don't do that. But follow your doctor's instruction. I told them, follow your doctor's prescription because I don't prescribe drugs.
No.
Follow your doctor's prescription, yes, because I'm not a doctor. So follow your doctor's prescription. But when it comes to management, look at what you have to do. Do this, do that. When it's like this, look at the reason why it's like this. So
Yeah.
follow this way and do that.
So
So some of them are seeing improvements.
so in all of this then, right? With one of the things I found with sickle cell is that people there's so much negative thoughts when people say they have sickle cell. But in all of this, you've managed to find your own joy. I see you, you're a happy girl, and you're not
Yeah.
letting sickle cell define you. How have you made that? How have you made that happen?
No, the thing is that I find that in this life, people will always, no matter what, there must be negativity,
Mm.
no matter what. Let's leave sickness aside. No matter what, people must come with their negativity. But the thing is that you, as an individual, you make up your mind. This thing I'm not gonna let it define me. I'm not gonna let this thing. I told my sickle cell can never steal my joy. Because I found out that, especially the Legosa, because the Legosa really dealt with me.
Mm.
So I told myself, it can never steal my joy. So because of that, I started giving myself hope, giving myself strength, try to do things that will give me joy. Anytime I feel like I'm trying to call me. So anytime I feel like I'm having depression or that, I try to do things that will give me joy, because me, I like doing anything that has to do with artistic, anything craft. So I try to indulge in such things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I draw, sometimes I knit, sometimes I do other things. I'm very, very artistic in nature. So I do a lot of artistic stuff just to take my mind off negativity.
Yes, that's very important. And on a final question, what's your hope for, the community about understanding of people who live with sickle cell? What's your hope?
My hope is that one day sickle cell anemia will be a thing of the past. Let us come together collectively, try to deal with this sickle cell anemia, do the awareness very well, because some part of the nation people doesn't know about, since people are still giving birth to sickle cell children. So I think what we need is awareness. We need to spread out our spectrum, try to do the awareness, create the awareness so that people will know about sickle cell. And another thing, healthcare sectors should always try to help people living with sickle cell, especially give us attention during emergencies.
Mm, that's
That's the
very true.
thing I have.
And how are you and your family doing? How are you managing with your family?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Funny enough, in my house, nobody knows that. They don't really treat me as she's a sickle cell warrior.
That's nice.
Let's pamper her, let's do her this. Only when I fall down, I fall ill, that's when they'll be like, oh, it's true. She lives with sickle cell. Let's hurry up and take care of her. So because I live my life normally, I'm
Mm.
a very happy person. I live my life normally, in as much as I try to manage the illness, but I still.
Okay. Sandra, I'm absolutely delighted to have the conversation with you. You shed more light on this terrible illness, especially with people living in Nigeria, Africa. That is very important that we need to be more aware and keep helping out and shining that word positivity. You're
Yeah.
amazing. You look well. You don't even look like anyone who has any. I'm so glad and I really I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.